Welcome to the Black News Network, your source for news from a Black perspective. We're here to cut through the noise and bring you the unfiltered truth. No sugarcoating, no spin, just raw, honest report.
Wa salam salam, brothers and sisters. Today is a good day for BNN.247. I want to come to you live about proclaiming our nationality. This is a topic that many of us look at, but we really don't want to address it because it's bigger than me. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than our culture. It is a nationality. That is the big problem with Black people in America. And the Black people that I'm talking about are descendants from slaves. Now, let's say you're a Haitian. A Haitian is a Haitian. He's from Haiti. But if you are a descendant of slaves, you can't just come out and say, well, I'm an American. I'm an American right here in America. It don't work like that. You have to have your origin, and man has no capability of determining what our origin will be. God does that, and only God. There's a certain thing we have to follow, and it is called the Leviticus Code. But before we go into the Leviticus Code, I want to say thank you so much for joining me on the Black News Network. This broadcast will be broadcast on Mondays at 6 p.m. I'm doing it live right now just so I can get it out there, and we will have our producer to put it out there on Monday at 6 p.m. So where do we start? Where did Black folks come from? Well, everybody know the story about coming from Africa on the ships and becoming slaves and working on the plantation. But see, that is the problem. We have limited ourselves into this little box that this is our world, is this right here, our slave world. It's bigger than that. We didn't just start our history after the Civil War. We started our history way before the first ship sailed from the shores of Africa to Plymouth Rock. We started our history a long time ago, during the Muhammad, the Jesus time periods, the Noah, Abraham. We were in that day and time. We are descendants of the Moabites and the Canaanites. Maybe you know you're a descendant from a slave off the plantation with the slave name, but you don't know what happened before that. But I'm here to tell you there's a deep history that happened before your ancestors became a slave. So now we've assimilated. We've assimilated to a point where we are no longer identified as a people from a culture with a nationality. And that is the problem. You have allowed these people to erase every damn thing about you, to assimilate you into their culture where you are doing every damn thing you could possibly do in their culture. And it is not what's supposed to be happening right now. Now it is time for us to undo the bullshit that's been placed here, because they have went above and beyond slavery. It is no longer the beatings, the whippings, the killings, but it's still the killings. But it's no longer what they used to do when we were slaves. They're doing it mentally now. We need to change the voting district. That's slavery. That's calling you a nigger. That's putting you in your place. That's what that is. And you allowing it to happen because you don't know how to fight these politicians. They have a job to do, and these fuckers are doing it. They're taking us out one by one, keeping us separate, because they know the power that we have once we unite. There's over 300 churches, Black churches in the city of San Antonio, All I would like to see before I die is that one day every single one of those churches join together and do something. We have the power in every city in America. We have the power already in control, but we ain't pushing it to the next level. How do we push it to the next level and get these people to pull it together? We got organizations, we got the fraternities, the Alphas, the Omegas, the Masons, the Elks, the Shrine. We got all these organizations, and not two of these organizations work on the same plan. So are we thinking up or are we thinking down? That's where it boils down to. Are we thinking up or are we thinking down? Every one of these organizations are thinking down. I'm not even going to mention the NAACP because they're so full of shit. I've been on this airways for over 3 years now, and I've reserved the right not to speak bad about the NAACP because they are the premier black organization here in America, but they so full of shit, it ain't funny. The only reason they still exist is because they are not a threat to the United States government. They are not a threat at all. And matter of fact, they are funded by all these white folks. So the NAACP ain't shit. So don't ever think that they're going to do something to save your black ass, because they ain't. That ain't their job. Their job is to make the white folks comfortable. And that's what they do. They do a good job at that. They ain't going to do shit for you, but they're going to make sure that the white man comfortable, because the white man's putting that money in their pocket. It's a damn shame. We got to get our nationality straight. And because we don't have a nationality, we can be treated any damn way they want to treat us. We don't have what the Chinese have. The Chinese got China. We don't have what the Italians have. The Italians have Italy. We don't have what the Koreans have. The Koreans have Korea. We don't have what the Japanese have, because the Japanese have Japan. And I could go on and on and on and on and on. We don't have what the Haitians have, because the Haitians have Haiti. We don't have what the Jamaicans have, because the Jamaicans have Jamaica. Even the annexed states that belong to the United States can do the same thing. We don't have what Hawaii has, because Hawaiians have Hawaii. We don't have what Puerto Rico has, because Puerto Rico has Puerto Ricans. Or Puerto Ricans has Puerto Rico. All of these people have a nationality, but your black ass don't. And you think you're supposed to experience the exact same white picket fence and the American dream over here in this country? Hell to the no. They are not going to let you have it, and you can quit damn trying to get it until you get your nationality straight. No man can take your nationality. You filled out, you have documents on you from the day you were born. You got 15 days after you're born to file a birth certificate. And that birth certificate is the initiating document to put you in corporate America as a commodity. So now, for the rest of your life, you belong to the federal government, but you are responsible for providing for yourself. In other words, the government got it so damn good. I mean, these shit don't even stink. They got it good. You belong to the federal government and you're responsible for taking care of yourself. You can drive on the roads that you pay for, but as long as you register with me and ask me if I can drive on the road that I just paid for, then you good to go. Otherwise, you cannot drive on that road because you don't have the credentials to drive on that road. You think you own property? You are a commodity that's existing in a country that use you to buy commodities to make them rich. You can buy the biggest mansion on the hill. You can buy the littlest hut in the woods. It don't even damn matter. You don't own shit. You don't own it. They do. And because they do, they're going to take it away from you if you don't do what they tell you to do. This is not about capitalism, prisons, and greed. This is about nationality. Forgive me for not changing my tagline, but that I didn't do it because I was so anxious to get in here with you. My apologies. This has been a show that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and now I'm here. I want to proclaim my nationality. And the way you proclaim your nationality is through the Leviticus Code. The Leviticus Code is the legal and lawful doctrine. It is a paramount to annex your name, your slave name. You cannot lose your slave name because your slave name connects you to your ancestry, and your ancestry connects you to your motherland, and your motherland connects you to your origin of the Moabites and the Canaanites. And I'm only talking descendants of slaves. So when you get started on trying to reclaim who you are and annex your slave name, the first thing you have to do is take yourself off the commodity market. You can no longer be chattel property with a nationality. You're the only culture that's called chattel property still to this day. In 2024, you are chattel property because you have allowed the state to take control of you and your assets on every level. See, there are documents you can file that makes you a real owner of your land, but you don't know about those documents because you ain't white and you're not privileged and you don't have the right to know. But you can know if you did the research. There's a way for you to own your land, but right now they got millions of people that don't own shit and don't know how to own shit. So they are not the owners of their land. They pay the taxes on it for the state. They maintain it for the state. They don't maintain it. You making it look good. You keeping it beautiful, but you're doing it for them because the moment you don't fucking do it, they'll take that shit from you. They'll take it and give it to somebody else. Give it to somebody that'll take care of it. That's what they'll do. And they don't give a fuck how much you done put into it. If you ain't doing what they want you to do at that particular time, they will take your shit. And that means every fucking thing. They got access to your bank accounts, access IRS. They got access to your property, the tax office. They got access to you driving down the road, the transportation department, the Texas Department of Public Safety. They got access to the water you drink, the commission of Texas, TECQ, something like that. They got access to every damn thing about you. They got access to the control of your food that you eat. They let you eat shit that ain't good for dogs. You eat shit that's not even suitable for dogs. They let it be on the shelf for you. And they do it because it's cheap. And then Buttigieg get his goddamn ass up there and gonna say that our salaries have surpassed the inflation of materials and food and resources for survival. He said that the other day on national TV, and he's a damn lie. Our salaries have 30% behind the inflation rate. 30%. That's a lot. In order to get yourself off of that chattel property list, you have to authenticate your birth certificate. Authenticate your birth certificate means basically reclaiming yourself. You got to reclaim yourself, because right now you're owned by somebody else, and you don't even own your damn self. Why do you think when you're growing up, if your parents are not taking care of you, the CPS can walk in your house and lock your ass down and put you with another family? Same with you. They do the children, they do your property, they do everything like that. So when you think you're in charge of shit, then they come right back and make you understand you ain't in charge of shit. So the first thing you do is authenticate your birth certificate on the state level. So if you from Mississippi, Alabama, Detroit, wherever the hell you from, that is where you authenticate your birth certificate. And it's very simple. It's a $15 to $25 process. You submit one document with a copy of your birth certificate to the Secretary of State, and then the Secretary of State will send you a document, and that document will basically say what this document says. Office of the Secretary. This is an authentication document. And you'll have the state seal down here. This is what it does. So once you get that back, then you have cleared yourself from the chattel property list in your state. Now that you've gotten your chattel property list off of the state list, you got to do it on the federal level. And on the federal level, it's basically the same thing. This is the form you get from the federal level Department of State, United States of America. Basically the same damn thing. You got the seal on there, you got the stamp. And then the one thing about the one you get from the federal is this little ring right here. They tell you, if you break that ring, your authentication is no longer valid. But right now, this is valid. I'm no longer a state property, and I'm no longer federal property, because I have authenticated myself from both. And that's what you need to do. Until you do that, you're considered chattel property in America. And if you want to know how to do it, you can text me at 210-872-2261, and I will walk you through it. Now, once you authenticate yourself, you know, they're gonna look at you and say, damn, this Negro here know what the fuck he's doing. You're getting yourself out of the system. You no longer belong to them. And so they can no longer take your children, if you have children, you've authenticated them too. But right now, as it stands, they can take your kids, they can take your land, they can take any damn thing you own. Now, I'm going on to the next thing. Once you authenticate yourself, now you're free. I want to read a paragraph to you. This is what you're going to have to do. You got to proclaim your nationality. The above individual person has proclaimed their true free national name, nationality, race, and religion. Has proclaimed their true free national name, nationality, race, and religion. The ancient Hebrew name of El or Bey, O-R like this or that. The ancient Hebrew name of El or Bey is annexed as a suffix to the slave family name. Basically, don't change your name to Mastuma Astafa Hopapa. Leave your name the way it is. This establishes your legacy, your trend, your lineage. Because if you change your name, your lineage starts from the name that you gave yourself, because nobody know who the fuck that is. They can trace you back with your slave name. That is why it is required for you to annex your slave name. You must be corrected in all public and private records throughout the state, the nation, the world, upon complete implementation of Section 16 and 17 of the 13th Amendment with 20 sections to the Constitution of the United States of America. The above named individual will receive their full, permanent, ancient ancestral name through the United States government. Now, what does that mean? That means that once you have proclaimed your nationality and taken what they call the oath of amnesty and submitted a document saying that you have done that to the Department of Interior, they will take that document and they will change your social security card. They will change your birth certificate status on the federal and the state level, and any other document that's pertaining to you on federal and state file will be annexed with the word or the last name Bey or L. That is B-E-Y, or like this or that, B-E-Y or E-L. Only two letters, E-L. Those are your ancestral names. We only have two, just two. Next thing I want to tell you about is the 13th Amendment. Now they've narrowed the 13th Amendment down to a point where you don't know what the fuck it is, because the 13th Amendment got 20 sections, not 3. The 13th Amendment has 20 sections. So I'm going to read to you Section 18 of the 13th Amendment. Congress may assist free persons of African descent to immigrate and colonize Africa. Now, if you know a little history there, they created Libya. And this country was sending people to Libya. If you wanted to go back to Africa during that time, they would send you to Libya. This support was never rescinded. It's still valid. So if you wanted to leave the U.S. and go back to your ancestral roots, you can get the United States government to send you back to Africa for free. They will. That is something that you have to do. Know the 13th Amendment. I want to read number 12, section 12 as well. The traffic in slaves with Africa is hereby forever prohibited on pain of death and the forfeiture of all the rights and property of person engaged therein, and the descendants of Africans shall not be citizens. Shall not be citizens. That is section 12 of the 13th Amendment. Now, many people don't want to get that deep into it, but when you read that, it's telling you the descendants of Africans shall not be citizens. This is the 13th Amendment with 20 sections to the United States Constitution, telling your black ass that you are not a citizen. You're not going to be a citizen. The only way you're going to be a citizen is to annex your name and receive yourself as from a nationality perspective. But if you want to go at it as a descendant of slaves, you ain't never going to be shit. You ain't never going to be recognized in the country of the United States of America, because you have not taken the necessary steps to authenticate yourself. All these other nations that I mentioned earlier in this talk they are all authenticated. All got a nation. All except me and you. But I have a nation now because I went through the entire process. I have a nationality, and it is Moroccan. I'm a descendant of the Canaanites, and I hail from my ancestry, which is in Morocco. I recommend that each of you find out how to do just what I just told you. Like I said, you can call me or text me 210-872-2261 because you really will need to know how to do this. Because if you never learn how to do it, you're going to stay in the same condition you're in America, and it's not going to be beneficial to you. The Levitical Code is the legal and lawful document. It is paramount to annex your name, El or Bey, or you will never get it. You got to put it to your slave family name. All documents with your name on file in the federal and state government will be changed by the government. We lost our birthright in 1774. To come back into humanity, we got to proclaim our nationality. In other words, they look at us as we're not human. We have exited from humanity. We are a subhuman species. We're like that bastard child, illegitimate child. But rather than it being a mother and a child, it is a country and a culture. That's what they think. That's what they know. Like I said, it's no longer the slavery that they did when we were behind the plantation wall. It's the mentality of slavery right now. All these little things like re-annexing, changing the voter registration requirement, redistricting the zones so it's less black people in it, holding black people to a higher standard, letting police officers off after they've murdered over 100, 200, 300 black boys in America and women. Women, from Fannie Hamer on up, from Emmett Till on down. And like I asked you before, are we living up or are we living down? And I'm going to explain that, because if you're living down, your whole existence, this is what you're thinking. I got to go out to the homeless shelter and make sure the homeless eat. I got to go out and do a essay so I can give away $2,000 scholarships. We're thinking down. We're thinking of the people who don't have. We're thinking down. Now, who thinks up? And how do you think up? You think up by saying, how do I bring everybody into a house or into another level of existence? How do I get my church or my organization to step up to another level and work with another organization that does the same thing and double and triple and quadruple what we're trying to do? If you're thinking up, you're going to stop giving away your money a penny at a time. And when I say penny at a time, I'm talking thousands of dollars, really. You do this every damn year. You go out and you give away $2,000, $3,000 and you pat yourself on the back like you did something. You take it a photo op. You give away 100 turkeys, you think you did something. You ain't did a goddamn thing. You ain't changed a damn thing. But waste your damn time getting out there in the public, giving away shit. I used to give away I used to serve over 5,000 people doing school. I had a lot of help from one of my best friends, Keith Tony, and a lot of other people assisted with it. We served a minimum of 5,000 people a year for several years. And from one location, we had enough school supplies to accommodate that many people, until one day I was walking around looking at everybody outside that was coming out getting their backpacks full of shit. And this Mexican opened up that trunk. They had about 25, 30, maybe more backpacks in that trunk. I took my shit back because motherfuckers do that kind of shit. They go and take all that shit from different locations. Everywhere they find out they giving away shit, they go there and they get that shit and then they go sell it. That's how some people survive. They ain't got no damn 51 kids at home, so why the fuck you need 51 damn backpacks? They get them from us, then they go over to the Barbara Jordan Center, the Claude Black Center, pick them up over there, go downtown, get them from over there, go over there to the YMCA, get them from over there. By the time they get through, they got $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 worth of shit in their trunk. And we don't know no better. We don't even think that damn far. We know, we just feel the feeling of, yeah, shit, man. I gave away 50 backpacks today. Yeah, shit, man. I put 25 boxes of food in the motherfucker driving a Cadillac car. And then the ones driving these expensive ass cars got the audacity to say, can I get two? I'm getting one for the family next to mine. You're a damn lie. They're getting that shit and they taking it home and they selling it. They separating, taking what they want, passing it on down. It reminds me of this show, Living Up or Living Down. On the top floor, it was like a 10-floor prison. On the top tier of the prison, all the food for that day was placed on a table. Everybody on the top floor had the pick of the litter. You can pick whatever damn meal you wanted off that table, and you can eat off the table. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can walk on it, eat on it, have grapes fed to you on it, whatever you choose to do. But it only lasts for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the entire table comes down to level 2. Level 2 got what level 1 left, and they can eat whatever the fuck they want. They can eat it, and they only got 5 minutes to get what they want, so they get what they want off of that table and sit back and enjoy the feast. 5 minutes up, table comes on down to level 3. Level 3 get on that table and they get what the hell they want. They eating whatever's left from 1 and 2. It ain't everything that they started with on level 1, but level 3 got food too. Now the food is starting to get scarce. You get down to level 4, ain't much shit left, but there's some food left. So now motherfuckers fighting over that shit. Shit, I'm getting mine. So now it's a battle to get the food off the table, because somebody gonna die that day, because they're not gonna beat me to the food. I'm gonna get my shit. That's how you thinking on level 4. Oh, let that 5 minutes go away. Now that 5 minutes is over, you're down to level 5. It's dog eat dog world. You eating banana hulls and apple peelings and all kind of shit. You eating grapevine stems, whatever is left, because that's all you gonna get till the next day. And then the next day you're gonna be on the same damn level and you're gonna get the same shit. So if you're on level 5, if you are on level 5, you don't give a damn what it's gonna take for you to survive, but you gonna make it. So if somebody get in your way, you gonna fuck somebody up. That's what it boils down to. Now, take that principle and apply that to what they do to Black people in every city of America with 18,000 police stations. You keep on eating all the food off the table and passing these scraps to that person down on the 5th level. Eventually, they're going to start fucking your shit up. You cannot continue to let them get the scraps off the table, because eventually they're going to get tired of them fucking scraps and they're going to get on the table when it goes back up. and then they gonna fuck somebody up on the way. But they may die, but that's what they gonna do because now you're giving a person a challenge. Either you're gonna die or you're gonna die trying. You got a choice. And if you're gonna die trying, then you're gonna feel better about your death. Because other than just sitting in the fucking corner and starving to death. Because on level 5, you ain't got shit to eat but banana hoods. That's what they are doing to black people in these cities. They are starving the fuck out of us. No jobs, no food. It's a food desert. You don't have anywhere to buy your food from. And if you do, you're getting the leftovers. Like, I'm going to just use a case in point. The HEB on the corner of Houston and New Braunfels is the last stop for the HEB delivery trucks. Every night about midnight, there's a truck backing into that store. And what's on that truck is everything that was rejected by the stores that they went through in the daytime, all over the city. So now you're getting substandard shit brought to the hood, putting it in an HEB that ain't about shit. Because they're going to serve that. They're going to sell that shit until you tell them. You know, I've actually went to that store and had to raise hell about lemons and limes rotten on the fucking shelf. Because it was the last load. You don't want the last load, just like that 5th level down there. So they treat that HEB like the 5th level. Black people have been placed in that position where they're no longer going to take it. The worst thing going on right now, we lost our birthright in 1774, and now it is time to claim it back because when we lost our birthright, we lost our humanity. We got to proclaim our nationality. And you walk around like, I don't know my nationality. Yes, the fuck you do. You're Canaanite, you're Hebrew. Stop letting them deny you who you are. They have brainwashed the fuck out of us. We no longer know who the fuck we are. We are not who we supposed to be. We've tried our damnness to assimilate into this culture that these white folks have established here in the United States, and it has fucked us off bad. We are a lot like them. I see a damn skit where this lady got these black kids sitting at the fucking dinner table. You're cutting the small piece and your fork go here and your cup go there. Fuck all that shit. What the fuck I need to know that for? That shit don't do a damn thing for me, and it don't do a damn thing for my kids. You know, I don't want them sitting there grabbing all the food and they're just throwing it all over the table and putting it all over their face. But our tradition is to eat with our hand. But I grew up eating greens and cornbread with my hand. But I need a fork and a spoon and a tablespoon and a teaspoon and a number 1, 2, and 3 fork like screwdrivers and shit. I got 2 glasses. I got one for water, one for wine, and another one over here for champagne. I don't need all that shit. Who the fuck need that? They are trying their hardest to make us like them. And we are not like them. I just don't want to keep allowing our people to think that's who the hell we are, because we're not. We are not those people. We are a totally separate people. You don't see the Chinese trying to do this with the white folks. Chinese got their own culture, their own shit. They even got Chinatown. They got their own shit. They don't need to become white. They don't need to know everything white. But black people have lost it. like I said, when they took our culture, they took every damn thing we own and made us learn theirs. The church as it is today, that ain't our shit. That's their shit. We're trying to be like them. That ain't us. That is not our religion. Why do we have 41 damn different religions and a new church popping up every time you turn around? Why do we have all that? And everybody trying to do the same damn thing, but nobody's in a hurry to do it. Everybody doing all this worship and praise and shit to get to heaven, but nobody's in a hurry to go. And then you got these bullshit ass preachers talking prosperity, bring me your money. You making that preacher filthy goddamn rich, and your ass can't pay the rent. You better wake up. Because they'll tell you, God said, bring me your money. God told me that there was going to be 41 people to sow $1,000. You can send it to my Cash App. I'm talking right now. 210-872-2261. Send me your money. And people do it. Send me your money, y'all. Send it to me. You sending it to the damn preacher, so send it to me. Send it to me. We cannot assimilate into this culture. It is not our culture. We got to get back to our roots. We got to understand our ancestry. We got to understand where we came from. We got to understand that our future, our history did not start when the Civil War ended. And don't think that the Emancipation Proclamation did something for you, because it didn't do a damn thing for you, but made it look official. The Emancipation Proclamation made it possible so we can take black people and put them in the Union Army to defeat the Confederates. Because if we hadn't put over 200,000 black people in the Union Army, they would have whooped our ass, and the whole damn country would have been slaves everywhere. So when the Emancipation comes out, it only affects 11 Confederate states around the southern peninsula of the United States, which is Northwest Africa, by the way. So don't believe the hype when they tell you that's what this is. This is North America. This is America. This ain't America. This is Northwest Africa. Take it back to Pangea. Northwest Africa. The further you go down south, the more black people you're going to see. South America, Argentina. They said the biggest concentration of black people is in Argentina. You got black Mexicans, you got black Japanese, you got black Chinese, you got black people in every damn culture there is on the planet. But you don't have white people everywhere you go. Black people can be born with blue eyes, sky blue eyes, be born with white skin, white hair, albinos. White people can't be born black. Can you imagine that? A white person being born black? So all I'm saying right now is you got to authenticate yourself first. That is the first step you have to do. And then after you get that done, it's time for you to proclaim your nationality. And the Constitution tells you you have to do something. And if you don't do it, then you're not declaring your citizenship or your nationality. They got citizen, they got true citizen, they got naturalized citizen. There are several different kind of citizens in this country, and they play on words like everybody else. Don't think just because you being called a citizen, you're legit, because you're not. When Donald Trump win the presidency, you'll find out that you don't matter. You don't matter anymore. Your vote don't matter because you don't damn vote. You don't realize how important it is for you to go vote. You don't realize how important it is that your ancestors died for you to have that right. But you won't take 15 fucking minutes to register yourself to vote. That ought to be a divine responsibility for every human black man and woman and child over 18 to do. Because if you don't vote out, you don't pick the president, but you damn sure can pick your city council person. Who these people, now this is what the catch 22 is. These people that you elect to these bullshit positions, those are the people who are deciding on the tax money that you are putting into that damn pot. They decide where that money go. And if they decide to build a gay building for all the people that want to be gay, transition hall for gay people, they can do that with your money. If they decide to build a college with your money that only take white people, they can do it with your money. If they decide to send $160 billion to Ukraine with your money, they can do it because those are the people you elected to put in there. You got 50 senators up there, 49 of those senators are millionaires. How the fuck everybody in the Senate get to be millionaires? They damn sure didn't do it just by their lineage, but many of them did. That's that slave money that was made on the backs of our blacks that were descendants. We're descendants of those people that made that money for them white motherfuckers up there in Congress. They're rich because our people made them rich with cotton, soybean, sugarcane. Our people did that. We made them who they are. We did. And we let them get away with it every damn day. Why is it that you can go down an entire 10-mile long street and you can look at every damn building on that street and you're not going to see one black person owning shit on that street? They may be in there, but I guarantee you they renting that shit. Why they don't own the fucking building? Because the banks will not give them the damn money. These dumbass fucking churches collect all this fucking money every Sunday and they take it to the white fucking banks and give it to them. And the white fucking banks give that money to their constituents. They will not give black people money to buy businesses, to improve businesses. They'll give you some chump damn change while you were getting that money, whatever that money was they were giving you during COVID. While you were getting $20,000 and you had a legitimate thing going, motherfucker ain't got shit going, getting $250,000. It ain't got shit but a damn computer and they at home and they white. That's the difference. I'm telling you, this shit is twisted and you gotta stop allowing yourself to think that you fit in over here. You don't. You should do what the fuck you want to do. Well, don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. You gotta excuse me. Today I done dropped a lot of F-bombs. I apologize for what I've said. But I own it. It's mine. And I don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. Minorities, you are not a damn minority as a black person, a descendant of slaves. You are not minority. That's how they fuck you every damn time in San Antonio. You got 1 million Mexicans who are called minorities. You got 100,000 black people who fit into that minority thing with Mexicans. You disappear. And that's exactly what they want. With the critical race theory, being fired if you mention slavery, in Florida making you think that slavery was an opportunity for y'all niggas to get skills. That's what they teach right now in Florida. Slavery was an opportunity for y'all to learn how to do something. And what makes you think you're not training your child today to be a prisoner? You're training your child to be a prisoner. You put them in prison every damn day. Every day you put that child in public school, you put that child in prison. You're putting your children in prison. What does public school do? First of all, when you get to the school, you get your roll call. You're locked in. You are locked in to that school. You cannot just go when you get ready. You're in prison. You got regimented time. You go here at this time. You here at that time. You eat at this time. You dismiss at that time. And during that time, you're gonna do what the fuck you told. You're gonna do what you told. You're in prison. And the food that they serve you is so full of that's not healthy at all. The food that they serve in these public school cafeterias, these people need to be shot. Aramac or Aramart, whatever it is, they got the schools too. They do the prisons, they do the schools, they do all mass feedings. And that food is about shit. They do hospitals and everything else. So that food that they serve, I mean, I can't believe we allow our schools to feed our children the meals that they eat. If you really want to see what a child should be eating, look at what Japanese children eat during lunch. It is, you want to kick everybody on the school board's ass once you see that video on YouTube. I mean, the quality, the beauty, the nutritional value of the food on those trays that they feed those kids in Japan is 100 times better than what they have, the best piece of food here in America in public school. It's a sickening sight to see what they do to our children. And then don't be a marginal child where you need to be told or taught something 2 or 3 times, because now they're gonna try to put you on Ritalin, put your ass out in the slow class. Because the teachers right now, although they make a little money, but they don't make money enough. We don't pay these people. We pay them like we're paying security guards, because that's all they're doing right now is acting as security guards, because now they're trying to give teachers guns and shit like that, because white kids are going into school shooting up people, and now they're prosecuting parents. They just set the precedence for these little prisons. If your child go to school and shoot some kids up, your ass going to jail with them, or to hell with them, one, because you are responsible for that child at school and not at school. How can the hell they hold you responsible for a child at school when you've turned your child over to that school? But that's what's happening, and you can't do shit about it. Just like, how in the hell can you allow 100 men to decide that you cannot get an abortion? I don't know why men had to get back into that bullshit. I don't understand either why Clarence Thomas thinks affirmative action needed to go away when his black ass used it all the way to the top as a Supreme Court judge. And if you don't know who that black Uncle Tom Oreo motherfucker is, Clarence Thomas is the man who went to the Supreme Court to replace Thurgood Marshall. Thurgood Marshall was a badass dude. Then you bring in this clown to be his replacement. His replacement, Clarence Thomas, man, I can imagine the amount of people that done slammed him for him being just the black no good ass nigga he is. He's Clarence Thomas. Now we got a big thing going with the presidency. Trump, 90-some lawsuits against him, about to lose Mar-a-Lago. Got his wife buried on Mar-a-Lago, trying to make it a historical site. But the DA in New York gonna get that $400 million out of his ass some kind of way. Good. He needs to be brought back to earth. And for all these dumb motherfuckers following Donald Trump, you need to get your shit together. Get your head out that man's ass, because that's all it is right now. You don't know what the fuck you doing voting for that man. You don't know. You don't know what you're about to do to this country, because In my mind, I will never vote for Donald Trump, but I think Donald Trump will win. And I think he'll win because the country, he keeps talking about make America great again. And I'm sure you know what make America great again means. Put niggas back in its place. Put niggas back where they're supposed to be. And that's a sad story. Because every president from Nixon, Johnson, Carter, Clinton, Ford, Bush, all these damn presidents did shit to screw black people. They separated us from our families, and now you get this fucking whole generation of miscreants, black kids, killing each other and shooting each other and fighting and not going to school and killing their parents and defying this and doing that, and the law shooting them because they're doing dumb shit all the fucking time. You got a whole culture of miscreants. And you got that culture of miscreants because you, America, forced the man out of the house because you wouldn't allow him to work. You give him bullshit jobs. You don't want to pay him. He's the last to get hired and the first to get fired. You put black men in such a fucked up place. I've never thought that I would see it the way I see it in America. I thought if you worked hard, put your nose to the grindstone, do what the fuck you supposed to do, you gonna make it. But then what I see is when white people see you climbing the ladder, they start plotting to snatch the ladder out from under your ass. And before you know it, they do it. They take the ladder out from under you and your ass go down. And you go down because they so devilish that they plot to get you down. And you're the only one fighting for your right. Nobody's joining your team to try to help you because, I don't want them to get my ass like they got yours. So people get out the way. I sit back in an organization, I'm not going to call a name, and it was 8 black men in this organization with about 50 white men. One by one, over the course of 3 years, these 8 black men disappeared. 7 of them disappeared. I'm the last man standing. And they start coming after me. So I took leave and I never went back because there is no camaraderie. Nobody there to help me. Ain't nobody fighting with me, but all them fuckers fighting together, teaming up, making it look like I'm the problem, like they did these other brothers. They the problem. They need to go. Ended up getting fired, getting sent on, laid off. All kind of shit was happening to black people. And if you work in an agency and everything's going fine, and all of a sudden one day you see all the white people disappearing in your group, rest assured they about to eliminate that group. And you the last man standing in that group. Oh shit, I got this whole section by myself. I can rock this shit. Next thing you know, they shut that damn section down and fire your ass and all the white people working in other sections right now. These corporations ain't shit. We go out and we spend our money in Mexican restaurant. You walk in a restaurant as a black man, ain't a black person nowhere to be seen working in that damn place, and you still sit your ass down and eat. Not one black person ever. I've never seen a black person working in a Mexican restaurant. And there are hundreds of restaurants on the east side or in San Antonio, and I've been to a shitload of them. But I don't go to them anymore because I have never seen a black person. Chinese restaurant, we love Chinese food. Let's order Chinese, honey. Let's order Taiwanese. Let's get some of that shit. You ain't never seen no black person working there. Why the fuck you eating the food every damn time you turn around? You give your money away. They love it. They love it. Like every damn gas station you stop at, an Indian damn near own it. Where do they get the money for that? From the federal government and the state government. But they tell them, well, we'll loan you the money, but you can't put it in our neighborhood. You can put it over there in the black neighborhood. They don't give a damn. They put it in the black neighborhood and they sell every damn thing you can think of. You want some drug paraphernalia? You want some CBD oil? You want some beer? You want whatever you want, they got it, and they making double the price of that bullshit because we don't know no better. We'll spend our money over there with these fuckers. My recommendation is do not spend another dime at these little quick stops. Let them fuckers suffer too. Push them out your neighborhood. Maybe then the bank will loan you some money. Maybe the bank will loan you some money. And if you are dealing with Frost Bank, you're a fool. Get the fuck out of Frost Bank because Frost Bank won't give you a dime. Don't, you know, they always put these token niggas up at the top and they act like they diverse and that they support black people, but they don't. They do not. Get out of that bank. Fuck Frost Bank. That's a white bank. And if you got a bank account with them, I guarantee you paying a check fee for them to keep your money. How does that sound now? You allowing them to use your money, but you paying them for them to use your money. What kind of shit is that? Look at your shit. They charging you to keep your money. This is Frost Bank. Proclaim your nationality, brothers and sisters. Proclaim it. You really want to know? This is, like I said before, this is North America, North Africa. Now, I've said this on many occasions that this is North Africa or Northwest Africa. See, take a look at this. This is Africa, Sudan, all these countries over here. You see the coastline of Africa moving around. Then you see Brazil, full of black people. You see Peru, full of black people. Mexico, full of black people. United States. And you see this is Morocco up at the top, at the 11 o'clock position of Africa. That is Morocco, which this is the route most black people came into the United States. We are Moroccan. So when Pangea decided to split, the United States became Northwest Africa. Brazil became Southwest Africa. Sounds hard to believe, but those are the facts. Those are the facts, and that's what I wanted you to see. And you gotta believe what I'm telling you, because we have to do something soon. We don't need any more of this. We don't need any more. We've been beat down too many damn times. We've been hurt too many damn times. It is no longer our time to be in this situation. It's time for us to change it. This is the Black News Network, the real voice of Black USA, broadcasting live the facts of life. Join me for another broadcast on Monday at 6 p.m. I really do appreciate you. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And check us out on Twitter. Again, you can contact me at 210-872-2261. And I really do appreciate you thinking about it. Make a donation to the Black News Network. Have a nice day, and I will see you all next time.
Thank you for watching the Black News Network, where we bring you the news from a Black perspective. From challenging politically correct narratives to uncovering the unfiltered truth, we're dedicated to keeping you informed and empowered.